Okay, I wanted to do a post to kind of go over the happenings in the gold market lately. Around April last year, there were all kinds of odd things going on in the gold and silver market, and you know I've been following gold and silver for quite a while. Uh, I mean, the thing has just gotten completely annihilated. But the interesting thing to take note of is what has happened with demand. Right now, we're in a completely disconnected market when it comes to gold and silver. Uh, Demand in India, demand in China, Russia, all the Far East has just been incredible. Thailand, Vietnam, uh, huge demand, and we've got a severe disconnect now. Between uh, the price of gold and silver and the actual demand. Pretty much the way it is right now. I'm not even sure how economists are going to teach anymore because there's been such intervention in the market that supply and demand means absolutely nothing right now. What you have right now is just criminal activity that's going on. Uh, First and foremost, the ETFs, GLD and SLV, really need to be investigated because you've got a true case of fox watching the hen house here in both GLD and SLV, the gold ETF and the silver ETF. I believe the gold custodian, I think, is Hong Kong Shanghai Bank. The silver ETF custodian is JP Morgan. And, it's real important for people to understand what's happening here in the gold and silver market because it's just, I mean, when you look at it and you see what's happened, this is certainly a defining moment for our time here. We're going to see unbelievably high prices for gold and silver, but the problem that we have right now is that with the fox watching the hen house here, pretty much the big banks are in charge of the price mechanism, which makes absolutely no sense at all. And if we don't get some type of rediscovery on the price fixing mechanism, this market is just doomed. But what you can see what's happening right now, and that is that, in my opinion, uh, GLD and SLV were created specifically as a fraud mechanism. That's really what it is. It's it's fraud being perpetrated on the buyers. Uh, it was basically created to securitize the gold and silver market, and the way that I see it is that over the years, the first couple of years it was created, it's basically used as a mechanism to suck the gold and silver out of unknowing investors. As the GLD rises, they can basically fill the vaults with gold and silver that people have invested, and they continually drop the price. And part of the mechanism with the GLD and SLV allows the large holders, I think if they have 100,000 shares or more, to basically redeem their shares for physical bullion. So we have a case right now where demand is unprecedented across the world here. The Indian government is pleading with its people to stop buying gold, which is it's incredible when you really look at what's happening here. Those people will buy every piece of gold they can get their hands on. I think at this point in time they're already paying 150, $180 premiums for gold. So anyway, getting back to that, the Indian government pleading with their people to stop buying gold. There are just too many people in the East right now. Uh, this is going to completely overwhelm the system. There isn't enough above ground silver to keep up with the demand that's been out there. You've got the mint, the U.S. Mint, putting out record amounts of silver coins, and the price is going nowhere. So you really got to look at the whole mechanism of price fixing for gold and silver is in my opinion a complete joke. And you've got 5 banks that get on the phone twice a day and they set the price. I mean, this is the biggest scam ever, isn't it? These guys that have interest in the price of gold and silver are setting the price for gold and silver. I mean, talk about a conflict of interest here. This is completely absurd. And we're at a point right now where the market mechanisms should be allowed to set the price. That's just not happening right now, and there really aren't any agencies that are willing to make any of these changes. Anybody who's investing needs to, the number one thing to know if you're investing is that the system is completely corrupted. I mean, it's overrun with corruption up and down the line. It's a completely rigged game. As small retail investors that have a little more risk tolerance, you're just looking to profit from the insanity is what it really comes down to. And you talk about timing a bottom. You've got to understand that extremes in the market are the norm. So if you thought gold was $1,900 last year, if you were thinking $1,600 was a bargain, it drops whatever 10-15%. Now we're looking at $1,200 gold, and it's getting sucked up. There's something about the actual physical that the majority of people just don't understand. We're in the middle right now of definitely the largest scam in the history of mankind that's going on right now with the U.S. dollar, with the paper currencies. The bullion that's been sucked out of GLD and SLV, the demand coming from China, the demand coming from India. Well, of course, the government has cut off that demand, and a lot of it has switched to silver. It's just overrunning the system. And I think another big thing to note right now that I think is of real importance is the robbery going on in the mining companies. So basically what you've got is an artificially held down price of gold and silver, and stock prices of the mining companies at levels that are completely absurdly low, and the banks are acquiring all these mining shares at the fire sale prices. This is the way the market works. Complete total scam. Trying to put legitimate companies that have great resources in the ground and have got great projects, a lot of capital investment going on. They want to put them into trouble so that they can come in and take over the companies. And that's what's happening right now. It's like, telling somebody, they're wearing a different color shirt. Hey, that's a nice shirt you got on there. That's a nice yellow shirt, and you're wearing a red shirt. Basically, they set the price, and they tell the lies, and they keep the price as low as they want until, people either have to throw in the towel or they've acquired, stakes in these companies at the fire sale prices, and then they're going to double and triple, and these guys are making cash off of those investments. And junior and mid-range miners are unbelievably low price right now. I just don't know if they may go lower right now, but there's no doubt about it that the prices that they have now are unbelievably low. And they make no sense with the cost to actually mine the material. I honestly do believe that a lot of the mining companies, they've almost got to be in on the gig. Their management teams. This is just got to be. It's got to be a complete collaborated thing between the mining companies and the banks. And these executives at these mining companies, a majority of them are on the take. I mean, they know what's going on here. They've purposely, they're participating because they're getting paid the entire time also. They're getting their bonuses and whatever, and they will get large stakes in options and so forth at fire sale prices. I mean, it's looking to me like gold and silver is ready for a bounce, but after watching this for so many years, I mean, whatever these guys want to do with the prices, they're going to do. I just think that we are getting to a point where the physical demand is going to completely overrun the market, and it just goes to show you when a government like India is pleading for their people to stop buying gold, the Chinese have doubled their imports. Gold is flowing to the east at an unbelievable pace right now, and it's that which cannot continue will not is the saying that's out there, and this just cannot continue. And all of the investment banks right now, all the major holders of positions have switched to the long side, and they're going to make tons of money here on the way back up here in this cycle. So, I mean, that's kind of my take on gold and silver right now. It's just, like I said, just a fascinating time to be in the market right now and watch what's going on, because these are massively defining times right now. This is going to be a huge thing of the future as gold and silver move incredibly higher. We are looking at probably the opportunity of a lifetime here to buy junior miners and to get physical gold and physical silver. I don't think you can lose actually owning that.